Big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Blue hunts. Whole team count, that's a big number.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your...
Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and Bengals.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Here's Allen. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
A gain of 12. And the Cowboys first down.
56! I don't think you got it!
56, 56! 25, check 25!
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Lonnie, 15 line.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
49, check 49, check 49.
Quick edge. Go. Slam, slam, slam.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
What we got?
Leo!
From the gun on third down. Herbert. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 or.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Hey, check right. Watching your guys.
In your face.
Hey, check 24.
Now a handoff looking right. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Buzz.
57's mine.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's 2nd and 8. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. This is Grant. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Keep playing. Let's get it.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Check.
Jet bombers.
To the air. Allen going for it all. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, here I come.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And that's complete to Cooks. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A run for Nick Chubb. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They run. Chubb, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Touchdown, defense. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Big trip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. Probably be the last play of the quarter. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown. 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Allen now looks to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 77 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Off the play fake. Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the gun, Herbert. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Down 80.
Check 55, Mike. You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
They will run with Grant. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Allen. That's taken in by Henderson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Leonard Fournette stopped short of the marker on 4th down, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Go!
Mike 55.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Mike 55.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike. Focus, defense, focus. Watch the end. Check 26. Check 20 down.
Chubb. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, that's out to Chubb, complete. It's a gain of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Chubb. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. By Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Right here. He's coming.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. Fights through, and now a crease. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Grant trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On second down, here's Fournette. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Herbert. It's complete to Fuller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
55, Mike. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the gun, Herbert. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 55 is my guy. Go.
Back to throw. Herbert. He gets it to Cooks. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Mike, hey, Alpha.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Come on. You better down.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Check 55, Mike.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
On first down, Grant. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 38.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And an alley to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Corey Grant, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's...
If that offense can put 6 on the board here, we'll see. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
To throw on second down. Herbert. Caught here by Griffin. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I'm coming after you.
80 weapons.
36.
Yes, yes. Hey, orbit. Get it.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 30. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Again, it's Fournette. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On second down, Swift. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown, but no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
Now it's Henderson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's Henderson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go.
56.
They'll try and run for it. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, check. 3 down. 57's a Mike. 57's a Mike.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through the...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Hey, high 7.
Off play action. Herbert. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
5.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On fourth down, Herbert. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
On the ready.
Check 55. It's been a long day for you.
Throwing on third and long. Herbert, flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Will Fuller. Incomplete. Results in a fourth down.
Ready, set.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Check 4, check 4. Check 55 to
Hey, exit.
55.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better.